If you'd like to jump into this series from here, there's a few things you need to do to set up your environment to get started. First of all, you'll need to download the resource pack, which you can get off of the home page for the front-end development collection. Once you've downloaded it and expanded it, you'll go to the Part 1 Steps folder. Inside of there, you should see a list of steps, and we are at step 23, adding buttons and icons.step. Now, if you open this folder, you'll get all of the files that we're using now in our project. I would suggest copying these over to a new folder on your hard drive, somewhere where you'll be able to make edits to these files as you go through the following videos. You can double-click the index.html file in order to open the example, and you should see something like this. It's not beautiful yet, but we're working towards that. Now, we have several pieces of software that we've installed. I'm going to jump over to a diagram of all of the software that we'll eventually be using. Right now, we've installed Bower, which required installing Node. So if you don't have Bower yet, you'll need it eventually, though not right away. You can jump back in the video series to where we install this on a Mac and Windows if you need to get it set up. And we're also now using Sass, as well as a Sass extension called Sass Globbing. In order to use these, we had to install Ruby, and we also installed a package manager called Bundler. If you don't have any of these installed, go ahead and watch the videos on installing Sass, and that will walk you through installing Ruby, and then go back to the videos on installing Bundler. And through this process, we'll also end up installing the Sass extension that we're using. Once you have Sass and the extension squared away, then you'll need to go to the command prompt, navigate using the change directory command to the location of your project, and then you're going to type this command here, bundle exec sass -r sass globbing --watch sass css. If you want, you can also copy this from the readme.md file. .md is short for markdown. And the same command is right here. This will watch your project for changes to your Sass files, and it will recompile the CSS every time there are changes. We've also connected the source files to this project with Chrome. So as we're working in Chrome, we're able to see that the different styles that we're working with are pointing to particular Sass files, and we can click on these in order to edit them directly in the browser. We go back and forth from doing this versus using an editor to edit the files directly. I'm using something called PHP Storm. So if you want to align your project files with Chrome, you'll need to use the Sources tab here. And we walked through how to connect these up earlier on in the series, so I'd suggest watching those videos to get that squared away. Okay, so this might seem like a lot to get started, but this infrastructure is one that you'll likely use most of in your future front-end development projects. So it makes sense to get them set up at some point anyway.